All right, what's going on, everyone? Connor on Shane. We're back. Going to be bringing up a couple things today. I want to talk about a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit going on with that, a little bit of RWA stuff, and something else at the end I might mention. Something pretty crucial that I want you guys to know. So let's jump into it. I'm going to try to make this a shorter video. So we got some news on Cointelegraph here. Spot Bitcoin ETFs suffer a third straight day of net outflows. So we got $261 million bleeding through, which is why Bitcoin is still chopping around, in between 63, 64K, upwards of like 67, 68K right now. Something right around that. But so it brings 3-day net outflows to 742 million as March 18th and 19th saw respective net outflows of 154 million and 326 million like per day out of that. So we have seen obviously Bitcoin, like I said, chopping around those levels, and it came back down over the last week. It's had a nice dump and it hit a nice bounce actually yesterday. And then it looks like, again, it's chopping around at current levels. Sorry, a little bug out here. Oh my god. But anyways, so let's jump into RWA, because I'm not going to go crazy on Bitcoin. I usually do in most videos, but this was something that really, caught my eye and obviously caught the entire crypto market, which was BlackRock creates a fund with Securitize, a big player in real-world asset tokenization. So Larry Fink literally had an interview. Sorry, this was on March 19th, so this was a couple days ago now. And I'm like, why can't I read this? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said in an interview earlier that the company's filings for spot Bitcoin and ETH ETFs were stepping stones towards tokenization. Because it seems like Larry Fink is he likes to talk about tokenization because he's a firm believer in that. The fund incorporated in the British Virgin Islands will be launched in partnership with asset tokenization firm Securitize. So that's going to be pretty interesting, because I talk about RWAs here and there on the channel. It's definitely a big portion of my portfolio. And just through some of this stuff going on, this was a big catalyst for RWAs to actually start moving again. And we've seen a lot of these coins just start to absolutely rip over the last few days. We had Ondo Finance, which I think a week or two ago was not even close to $1 billion in market cap. Even like a month ago, I think it was a few hundred million. But Ondo is absolutely cranking right now. As you can see, this has kind of pumped a lot of the market. Checks. Yeah, that's getting repriced really hard. Checks token right now. We got TokenFi. A lot of these actually, it's crazy to see some of these in market cap just shooting up so much, which is good. IXS, this is a top RWA coin, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of this project. Been holding for a long time. And I'm still accumulating this one, even at current levels. But there are a lot of great projects that are building heavily. Revest Finance as well. At 23 million, that is criminally undervalued right now. Another one too that I like, actually we got Landex here too, which is literally bottomed. If you guys go look at the chart, absolutely bottom. Landex, definitely an interesting one to look into. The chart is bottomed. I like Landex a lot. And Soil as well, definitely a favorite of mine. So we'll jump into Soil too. I'll talk about a couple of these. I'm not going to go crazy with them. But so Soil is on Polygon. And so let's check it out. I've talked about Soil many times on the channel, and I want you guys to see everything and get a feel for it. But so Soil secure returns on stable coins backed by real world assets. So they focus on basically very strong, I guess more safe and regulated yield on, stable coins, because many people have seen what happened, to BlockFi, Celsius, all those in the past. And they're trying to just provide, I guess, anyone and any investors, whether it's institutions or individuals, I guess like safe and stable yield on their stable coins. I'm like blanking today. But again, I've been holding this one since it launched months ago, and I don't plan on touching this. This one is, there's a lot of very good factors in which I like this one too. They got a Docs team as well, very strong team. But I think it's just something needed, especially as we go throughout this whole bull run. There's going to be a lot of people, especially when the market decides to turn, and again, we go into a bear market at some point. Where are people going to be flocking? Where are they going to put their newfound gains? What are they going to want to do? They're probably going to want some sort of safe return on it. Where can they put, their new stable coins? They just cashed out all these gains. How can I get a return on my gains now? I would not be surprised to see this coin pick up way at the end of the bull run, mainly for that reason, because again, they're regulated. And if they can actually be good, once they work on some partnerships and continue to build, I really can see this being a top player for, I guess, like safe yield on, your gains, basically. That's why I'm so bullish on this one. But again, my outlook for it has been very long term. Like, again, I've been holding this since, when did this launch? Yeah, literally since October. Like, right around here is when I was getting in. Yeah, so I've been in this one since October for a long time. It hasn't done crazy moves yet. I got in around, I don't even know when, 600K to 800K. Just been sitting, and again, I'll be leaving this. Still at 4 million is very undervalued. But again, this is very this is not too great to see when you got such a small amount of circulating coins. So it's definitely like fairly risky for what it is. But again, the chart has been steady climbing, and the team is, like I said, top tier team. I think Sorrel is a great project, in my opinion. Again, I've talked about it multiple times. Like I said, IXS, Revest are some of my top ones I really like. Some of these bigger ones, Ondo is definitely a strong player. If you guys want a really strong, safe bet for where you want to put some money and capital, you can't go wrong, honestly, putting it with Ondo. Like, again, yeah, it is at $1 billion in market cap, but, they're working with some top tier, huge businesses, or at least from what I know. But Ondo is definitely a move. But, again, this wasn't even my goal for this video, is like jumping into certain coins here. I just wanted to touch on that stuff because, RWAs, like I was saying, they really are kind of like a DeFi 2.0. Some businesses and everything, businesses, individuals, high net worth individuals, anyone with a ton of money, they're going to look for ways in Web3, in crypto, on the blockchain, to actually participate and really start making gains. It doesn't even have to be just through investing. It could be any sort of business that wants, some sort of exposure to crypto somehow. There's so many different ways that these projects are all building. It's definitely a narrative not to just overlook. Because for me, I like to diversify my portfolio. I like to tell everyone to be diversified through different narratives in crypto. I know a lot of people, they only focus on a couple tokens in one narrative, or maybe they focus on a bunch of tokens in one narrative. And I agree with that to a point. But at the same time, I do have time to do a lot of research, jump into many narratives, understand these narratives, and I like to track them. I enjoy it. And I really think it's key because a lot of these narratives will move at different times and they will have massive pumps at different times as well. I still believe AI is probably going to be the top narrative as well. AI definitely a top one. Bitcoin, DeFi, anything related to that, top narrative. I feel like it's still such a slept on narrative for no reason. And RWA as well, another one. So I think those are just some great ones. And obviously crypto gaming, but that one's kind of it's a given as well. You have every single person, any major influencer is, they're all talking about gaming. They're all in gaming. that those should just be part of your portfolio. If you diversify into different narratives, even get one coin per narrative, that's just very strong. I feel like you can't lose as far as being diversified like that. That's just my thesis. I really like, again, just being exposed to different types of crypto and not just, owning three or four of the same exact type. Even though, yeah, when that one narrative pumps, all your bags are gonna fly. But that's just me personally, and that's kind of what I wanted to touch on in this video, though. Is again just a little bit of info with RWAs here because I feel like they've been very slept on for months. And I feel like it takes just big players like, I guess, Larry Fink, to be talking about it, for people to realize that it's actually a very strong narrative that retail investors, just normal people like you and me, we don't a lot. I feel like a lot of times people don't understand or want to see the value in it. But again, when you're dealing with big businesses coming into this game, these can take off like nothing. And one or two businesses or major players that some of these businesses can partner with, or I mean these Web3 projects can partner with. When they're dealing with more money than the entire market cap of like half the RWA market itself, just off one business, like I don't think you guys understand what can actually happen with this narrative. I feel like it can be crazy. So that's what I got for you guys today. Definitely pay attention. Oh, actually, you know what? No, there was one thing I want to show you guys. So Binance just dropped this. My computer might lag a little bit here, so I'm going to leave this in the description. Definitely important. So they dropped an industry map. So bottom line, what this is, they have a lot of information on a bunch of top coins. And if I was like, can this scroll or what? Oh, okay. So a lot of information on a bunch of top coins, a lot of different narratives as well. So they talk about anything. So I'm just gonna scroll through this real quick. You guys can check some of this out. So they get ZK and optimistic chains here, or I'm sorry, like layer 1, layer 2s, whatever you want to call those. This is definitely something that is slept on. I've talked about Shutter. Shutter is a top project that I'm personally waiting for an entry on. I covered this in one of my videos maybe weeks ago when I talked about it, close to a month ago. This did just launch. It's a fairly new project, but I feel like MEV Solutions will be a huge, huge narrative because they actually are trying to solve a literal multi-billion-dollar problem in crypto. I mean, I'd say mainly on Ethereum, which is where like the biggest issues come from it. But there's a lot of different types of this happening. I'm not going to go into it at all. But like Shutter, for example, this one has a coin out. I'm not too sure about some of these, but it's cool to see Shutter mentioned because again, this is a top project in my opinion that, again, I'm still waiting on an entry because downside is still coming for it. But just checking this out, there's a lot of great projects. If you guys just jump into this, look into this infrastructure that they talk about, they're going to bring up a ton of very strong projects here. They got Theta, Live Peer. Again, I'm not too sure about some of these. Some of them are new to me that, I'm actually currently researching as well. Because I just like to be in the loop of everything that's going on, as much as I can. Yeah, they're talking about cross-chain bridges. Again, I made a video on this almost 5 months ago, maybe, talking about cross-chain bridges. I brought up Hot Protocol right here. I'm not too sure. I don't know why they don't have the names of some of these, but yeah, I brought up a few of these as well. Oracles are obviously needed for it. They keep going. Synthetics, options, yield, lending. What is that? Restaking? Oh no, liquid staking. Hold on. Some of these I don't want to jump into. Yeah, no. What was it? Did I pass them all? I don't even know. Oh no, I don't think I did. I'm waiting for AI, but they got gaming toolkits too. But like I said, you can guys. I'm just going through this real quick for you. You can check this out. You got deep in here, which obviously huge, right? But it's just cool to see, even some of the projects that I've been preaching, I've been talking about, just to see some of them inside, such like a nice, like a good research. What do you want to call this? Industry map? Yeah, it's pretty cool to see, right? Yeah, AI infrastructure. Yeah, Mosaic, Arkham, PAL, OXO. A lot of these are just great coins, great AI coins. Ori chain as well. Talked about Ori a lot. Singularity Fetch, Render. Kudos. That's a new one to me. I've heard of it. This right here, this is dope. Ank AI. Ank AI, baby. I don't know how many times I could bring this coin up to you guys. Ank AI. Absolute gem. I'm not going to get into restaking either, but that's like a whole narrative in itself too. But that's what I wanted to bring up today. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Again, I'll leave that in the description. But again, it's good to see some of that stuff in there because, again, when you got Binance, doing some heavy research, and you're already invested in a bunch of these coins, already watching them, it's cool, right? So definitely something to pay attention to, and especially RWAs here. So that's what I got for you guys today, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.